Good evening, Savages, and welcome back to another episode of Savagely Paranormal. We are here with our special guests, Caitlin and Jake from RC Paranormal. So I actually had the pleasure of actually meeting Jake and Caitlin both at the Madison Seminary a couple weeks ago.
A couple of months?
Yeah, like a month ago. Yeah. Or so, and working with them on the investigation that they did with Trapped Souls. So that was fun. And I'm so excited to be over on our podcast tonight. So this is going to be great.
It's always a fun time with Trapped Souls.
Yeah. So how long have you guys been in the paranormal field?
Well, officially, we joined RC Paranormal back in, was it October, November?
Something like that.
Something like October. I can't remember. Dates are a little hard, but we've always been interested in kind of the paranormal world and the spiritual world. I think probably my history goes a little longer than his.
Yeah, I mostly was from when we had our small group in college.
Yeah, we actually started a group in college. We didn't have an official name. It was just with the school we were at, and just like those extracurricular activities of clubs and whatnot. So we may have gone into a few buildings when we were in Pittsburgh.
Totally legally.
Totally legally. Mm-hmm.
Definitely.
Didn't climb out of our roommate's window at all.
Oh.
Not at all. But yeah, I think we've always had I've always had like an interest in the spiritual realm, and there's so much out there that we don't know. So what better way to do it than to investigate? And I think it comes down to like what you feel innately inside you, and going with your gut. We went to We went to Mansfield Reformatory with my mom a few years ago, and we were down in. And like we were just like kind of randomly like, let's just record, we were graduated and whatnot. So he started recording on his phone, and we didn't hear it until after we looked at it later, but we did catch an EVP on there of an answer that he had asked a question.
Yeah, we were in the solitary. There was no one around us. And we're asking just basic questions. Just how long have you been down here? Like, what's your name? Anything like that. And then, do you like it here type things? And then I pushed a little harder and I said, how does it feel to be in solitary all your life? Which probably wasn't the best question to ask. But after I said that, when we replayed it and listened to it, you hear a voice just go, come on. And then that
It didn't say man though. It just said, come on.
Yeah,
it was
just
a
like,
male's voice.
And that
which was
like,
creepy. And I think that kind of just stemmed our interest of like,
on my bucket list for sure. We're supposed to be going when?
In March.
In March.
We'll be there as well.
Yeah.
Yeah, or we'll get to work with you guys.
I will give you a heads up if they still have it up. When you go up a certain flight of steps, it gets me every time because I forget about it. But they did the Shawshank Redemption video there.
Yeah.
Or movie. And they have a cutout of the warden, and they placed him very strategically behind a door that's staring at you
as you come in.
And it get every single time.
It gets him. Yeah, but we've only been there during the day, just like the day tours and whatnot. We've never been actually like to do like an actual official investigation. So as soon as Chris said that was an option, I'm like, yep, we're in, totally there. Because that was like our first like true us finding something evident wise.
So what piqued your interest in the paranormal?
Well, I've always had a little interest in spirituality and just kind of spirits, and when people pass, I feel like they're always with us in some way, shape, or form. My mom passed away a few years ago, so I always feel like she's with me. But I think it probably in college when and I won't ever touch a Ouija board again, but when you're young and you don't quite know what, the power of those things. We had a friend who was connected spiritually, so we had protection and everything, but we were out in the park between our school and our dorm with the Ouija board, and I don't know exactly what happened, but before we got there, or while we were doing it, before we got there, my friend had gone up to hit. I went up to get my coat, and he was downstairs. And I became more intrigued because of something that happened during that. So when I was upstairs, my phone went off while I was in the elevator stating that he was calling me. And then when I came back down and I answered and there was nobody there, it was really weird. Like the call had ended and it said that he was calling me. And on his phone, it said that I was calling him. So he's like, "Did you call me?" I said, "No, I didn't call you." So I don't know exactly what happened, but it was like the opposite, like what you expected. And then that same time when we were out at the park and we were getting ready to leave after playing with the Ouija board, I felt something touch my knee. And then as we got up, something had slightly pushed me on my back. And it pushed my friend as well. So at the time also, but we kind of were like, no, that can't be real. That can't be real. But it kind of just piqued that. It's like, what's out there kind of thing.
Yeah. Ouija board is one of our favorite toys. But I think we all have horror stories that go along with it.
Yeah. Using
Seems
them
like you guys have some history.
Yes.
Using them properly is definitely the way to go. And always remember, it's a closed session. So tell us a little bit about your team. How many members do you have? Who's on your team? How long has your team been around?
Currently 4.
Four
people
official.
right now.
So we're newly added to the team. So I honestly don't have a quite answer of how long. RC Paranormal, Chris and Rochelle are the owners and kind of caveats of starting it. But we met them. We went to Hocking Hills back in October or September of this year. And because we normally go August for our wedding anniversary, but we just couldn't really make it happen with work. So we went and we always try to do like something different while we're out there besides the typical go to Old Man's Cave, go and, do the hiking because we always take our dog. But there was like a ghost hunt at Old Man's Cave, supposedly, but it was during the day. And so, we were like excited. And I remember as we were waiting there and there was like probably about 15 other people that we were waiting on. But I remember seeing Chris and Rochelle and they were walked up and they had their RC Paranormal shirts. I said, I think they're the ones that are going to be hosting this. And so they taught us so they brought a bunch of equipment and they brought a bunch of the K2s for all of us to walk and really just tell us a little bit about the history of Hocking Hills and Old Man's Cave and help us kind of learn the equipment, which was so I really enjoyed that because, I watched all the fun ghost shows and the YouTubes and things like that, but to actually have it with you in your possession and have somebody who's, experienced in it to talk about it. So we just kind of walked Ash Cave. And so we ended up just walking kind of partway to Ash Cave and they told us a little bit about the history. And I think really what was really intriguing was just how informative they were and just very down to earth. I didn't expect anything to kind of come of it, but after the Ash Cave tour was over, they're like, "Oh, we're going to go to Mill Tunnel." And they invited us to go. And we were out in Hocking Hills for 3 days, extra days. And so we drove all the way out about 45 minutes in the dead of night to meet 2 people that we just met, along with 2 other people that were going to be joining that they met while they were there earlier in the day.
And then 2 others as well.
Yes, and there was 2 others that were there
because I kept calling the one blue hair because I didn't know his name.
Yeah, I still don't remember the names. I'm horrible with names. But yeah, so we ended up going to Moonville Tunnel for a little bit, was in the dead of night, super dark, quite scary, especially if you've never been there. And, the drive out there was quite interesting. But they set up the equipment and let us use some of it, told us how to use it. And they had the little grid light and whatnot. And they put the REM pod at the end of the tunnel. And Chris is like, "Does anybody wants to use these? Go for it, and go down there." I'm like, "I'll go." And I just start walking because I was like, I'm going to go down there because we had to reset it or something. And we got a few things, hits on that with the temperature. Obviously, we were outside and, that is greatly affected by that. But we felt like we were communicating something. So it was short, but it was sweet. And then the next thing I know, they ended up texting us, messaging us on Facebook saying, "Hey, if you guys want to join, we'd be happy to have you." And here we are. And then our official launch and join was during Madison.
Actually,
Awesome.
I like joining with them because it seems like this is on Chris and Rochelle's both of them. Rochelle, from what I understand, she's really good at doing the research and stuff, and Chris really gets into like the history and everything. So it's really nice because I love lore is the best way to say it. I love lore of anything, mysteries, ghosts, paranormal, cryptids, all of it. So if it has a story, I want to go. And it's just like as much as they research stuff and everything, it really piques my interest to go on the tours with them because I'm a little more skeptical. I still like to go because it's almost like a thrill, but at the same time, I want to delve deeper into the lore and everything.
So while you guys were at Moonville, did you guys happen to go up into the cemetery?
No,
We
we
did
weren't
not.
there that long enough to do that in there because a bunch of people arrived. There was like some other people that were there too, not part of our group, and they definitely were investigators. They had on their backpacks and all their stuff, and we went as far as the tunnel and then kind of came back because they had to leave too.
I still don't know what happened to the people that had red lights attached to them.
Yeah, they just kind of disappeared. So no, we did not get that far, unfortunately.
Okay.
We were behind them, and then you could see their light. It was super bright, all these red lights, and then all of a sudden it's just gone. No idea where they went.
Wow.
They never came back, so I hope they're not still there.
Were they really there to begin with?
That would be very weird because the truck was there.
Yeah. Well, when we pulled in, there was only one vehicle, and then the truck pulled up. They went much farther, and then we stayed in the tunnel, and then another group came, and they came back, a couple people with their kids, and it's like, you're bringing your young kiddos out here. Okay. A little scary.
In the middle of the night, but
I've been to Moonville twice, somewhere around in there. We did Hollow Tunnel, which is about 5 miles from Moonville. And we also did Moonville Tunnel. And that was probably the most sketchiest drive that I've ever done in the dark to get there.
Oh my God.
And we also went up into the cemetery, and the cemetery is probably the most creepy area of that entire place. And then you hear like random things crashing through the woods, and you can't see it because it's so dark. Or you hear something like jump into the water, and it's big.
Splash.
But you don't see anything jumping into the water. And I'm like, okay, on this note, we're going back to camp now.
See, I would like to go for all of those things, but I won't go on that sketchy drive to get there. No.
Oh no! And then when we were there, there were a bunch of kids that were like climbing in the walls of the tunnel during the day, and I was like, if this collapsed, you guys are all,
oh gosh,
you're not getting out.
They're just more ghosts and spirits to talk to later on.
Right? Exactly.
Yeah, the lore behind Moonville is interesting too.
Oh yeah,
not a lot.
Like supposed to see like the lantern or the Break Manor, whatever.
Yeah.
But the cemetery there it's got a vibe. It's a weird vibe.
If you could get there without going on that thing that you want to call a road that isn't really a road, I would go.
yeah.
But I'm not going on that.
It's funny you say about it's like sketchy drive because so we had our dog in our cabin and we were driving. And I was like, and I'm always the one that ends up driving. And as I think we were almost there. Obviously, I can't remember which road, but we were driving down a creepy little windy road and going slow because it's kind of foggy and it's dark. And the next thing I know, as I turn around this corner, there's these 2 orange lights. And so I slow down, and the next thing that happens is a car is right there. It's the orange lights, and they turn their high beams on. And I'm like, I look at him, I'm like, I'm driving, I'm not stopping. I'm going.
I was like, keep going.
Because I'm
don't
like,
stop.
I don't know if I have to worry about the spirit. I can handle the spirit side of things, but I can't handle actual people doing things that they shouldn't do. It was very questionable. I don't know if it was like some kind of crazy deal happening. I remember seeing all those crazy YouTube videos, people putting things on their cars and they want you to stop and get out and fix it. And I'm like, no, we're just going to drive.
Yeah.
That's the hard thing too, is like when you go out to places like that, not just the spiritual things, but actual things, animals.
Right. And that's the scary part.
The other people in that area are the scary part of the drive. Not so much the actual drive. Well, I mean, it's like a 1 lane dirt road down the mountain, and if you go over too far, you're literally like going off the mountain. It's sketchy. That's
I don't have a desire to turn into a ghost right now. I'm good, thanks.
No. Not turning into ghosts ourselves.
I mean, you'd be able to float. That'd be cool.
True. I wouldn't mind that. Maybe walking through an occasional wall, but
that would be cool too.
Yeah.
You could really mess with some people. I would. That could be fun.
I would definitely be a very evil, vindictive ghost.
But we have a list of people you could haunt. It's okay.
Oh, yeah.
I do too. I got a list too. I think we all got lists.
See, if I was to haunt people, I would just make it mildly inconvenient. I'd still like their left sock or something.
Exactly.
Like just loosen the doorknob on the door.
Yep. Take off one wiper blade. And
that would be a good one.
Take just the cord, the one cord they need to make the TV function. A battery from the remote. Every single time, put a new battery.
Why is this remote working? There's nothing in there.
So, what is your favorite piece of equipment that you guys use? I'm curious.
I know mine.
Okay, well, you go first.
I don't know why I like these so much. I think it's just because they're such a simple thing. I love cat balls.
Yeah.
They're simple. You put them down. You see if something messes with them. And I like this new thing that she just got. I forget who made this.
Verona.
It's like ghost from Verona. Yeah.
That's awesome.
That's going to be my favorite tool from now on. I love that thing. It looks so
Nacho.
cool.
Did you get that from Nacho and Deb? From Nacho's sister? Yeah. So for Verona, they make and sell the ghosts, and they can customize them for you.
That's awesome. We need to go.
We every time they pull out the ghost on an investigation, I have to subconsciously stifle a giggle because it looks like it's boobs.
Yep.
I pointed that out when she said it.
Great. That's all
I was like,
I am clearly an immature child, and I can't help it. I love it. I think it's hilarious.
At first, I saw little hands. Now all I see is ghost boobs.
You're welcome for that.
No. Righty is yes, and then lefty is no. And then if they both light up, it's a maybe.
My favorite, we just got this. I took it out to Madison. It was the Boo Buddy, and it's becoming my favorite just because it's something that can. Yeah, you do have it right there. The Boo Buddy too.
Nice.
And he's super cute.
Yeah.
And he definitely works.
He freaks me out.
He is a little creepy. I think Adam, I don't remember which room in Madison, but it was in the room with the creepy, it was the creepy mannequin in one of the bedrooms. And there's like a makeup table with a mirror, and I set the Boo Buddy facing the mirror. And then off to the right is the big tall mannequin that's right by that desk, that makeup desk. And I sat on the floor in front of it, and my camera was kind of getting the whole thing, and all you see is just this creepy silhouette. And I was streaming on my own live streaming and just asking questions and BP recorder and everything. But I don't know, he's cute, and he's something that can be reactive, so, and it does a few different things. When you have tools that do multiple things at once, I think can help maybe drive different types of, have something that works multiple ways.
Right.
That way, kind of cross-reference, I think, is always fun. And he's super cute.
Yeah. Is that the one that talks? Does he say different things?
Yes.
I think that, in the dark, if I heard something, like the little kid, and it has like the little kid voice.
Oh, yeah.
And it's like, did you just tickle me? And things like that. And like,
I'd be like, no, I did not. You stay over there.
I'd be like, the air is very shocking.
Yeah.
But he has the little backpack, and I guess it can put a different SD card in here eventually to be able to do different languages.
Nice.
So it's a tool that can adapt, for future as well, which is pretty cool.
That could come in handy.
That could be cool. My favorite piece of equipment, I don't know if you've seen them when we were at Madison. I have the light up dowsing rods.
Yes, I did see those.
Those are probably my favorite piece of equipment. I use them all the time, like a ridiculous amount of time.
Well, it being so dark, I was like, I just have a regular set that I use. We used it in the DOS house. Chris has got me really messed up because he keeps keeps calling the DOS house Ross house. And he'll say the Ross house in Loretto, PA. And I'm like, wait, it's the DOS house, right? So now we have this whole thing of the DOS house, not the Ross house, and the Jake, not Jack, because he kept calling Jake Jack. So there you go. But the dowsing rods, those are really cool that they light up. I definitely want to get a set of those too.
Nice.
Yeah, that's probably one of my better investments. And they just came out with a new set that does EMF readings.
Oh, cool.
She said, "Don't encourage me because I will buy them. I love them. We use them.
They're awesome.
And it's probably one of my favorite pieces of equipment. We definitely get a lot of hits off of them.
Yeah.
And they are so ungodly bright that you can use them as a flashlight, which I love. So I don't have to take an extra thing.
Because we don't have like 12 hands.
I think what's really neat about the dowsing rods, we're all energy at the end of the day. We have energy through us. And a lot of times the best ghost hunting equipment is your own intuition and your own gut.
Mm-hmm.
And when you have a tool that isn't electronically based, can sometimes I feel come to be a little bit more active or actual getting like hits and things off of it because it's using your own energy, which creates that kind of link and that connection, which is what we're all aware of, that the spirits need energy. I think the dog fell down the steps behind you, maybe.
I watched that. That was great.
Yeah, he kind of got the zoom and now he's staring out the window at the gremlins. But yeah,
it happens.
Yeah.
It happens.
I'm kind of old school. My favorites, I have more than one, but my favorite is just the regular old dowsing rods, the pendulum, and I like my basic K2 and my spirit box. I could go do a whole investigation with just those four.
The pendulums are pretty cool. I do like that one.
It takes a lot of practice using like dowsing rods and pendulums to get them to like work really good. And a lot of people get frustrated when they're holding a pendulum and it just like does nothing. Like you really have to like keep it working for a few days.
I don't know, man. Nowadays, if one says, "Hello, you need me," I pick it up and they work now. I'm like, okay.
Yeah, but you also use them.
I've been used, and now I learned that I don't buy it unless it jumps out and says, "Hello, you have to have me."
Take me home.
Yeah, like I just bought one. Our favorite crystal shop out here just closed, and so I went in and I bought one, and I walked in and I looked at it, I'm like, nope, not doing it. Walked through the whole store, went back, picked it up, and said, "Okay, here you go."
What crystal was it? I'm curious.
We have so many that we carry.
We have all of the things on us almost all the time.
Yeah,
found the crystal bracelets.
I think it's tourmalated quartz.
Okay.
And that
this is one of my other favorite.
That's pretty.
This one is like super heavy. I love this one. It's just copper.
I like copper.
Yeah,
I love crystals. I love working.
Conducts a lot of energy. Copper is really good for conducting energy. What is the most ridiculous thing I think you've ever done to get a response from a ghost?
I think the strangest thing that happened was recently in the DOS house. I had to think because Chris has really messed my brain up thinking DOS house. My apologies. The DOS house. And I had because I believe we're all energy and you have a higher power within you. You just have to tap into it. And for me, my primary hand is my left hand and I write with my left. So that's my projection hand. And then my right hand is my receptive. And I was doing a dowsing rod session with just Rochelle. She and I were in the upstairs bedroom. And it wasn't getting much happening. And then somewhere inside me, I was like, I'm going to need to take my bracelets off. I realized my bracelets were, because I do a lot of shielding. So I took my bracelets off and put them back up. And we asked a question. It was like an immediate response.
Mm-hmm.
And we asked, where are you at in the room? And it pointed to the corner that happened to be my left at the time. but it happens like so and instantly, which was like really kind of crazy because I'm like, oh, okay, my intuition was right. I should take these off so that way I can let the connection kind of flow through. So that was like really unique. It was like crazy, but I think it's just tapping into your inner power. You can get a lot more stuff.
Oh yeah, because you had all of your protection around you, and the energy just wasn't flowing. Yeah,
I think the most ridiculous thing that we've ever had happen on an investigation is when we were in Cynthiana, and one of our teammates, we heard something run across the stage at us.
well, you have to give a little bit of the background story first.
So the ROHS Opera House was used as like, it's a theater. It used as like maybe a brothel. We're not really sure all the history.
Nothing is documented about it being a brothel, but everything we got points to it was a brothel.
And so we were downstairs, like in the main part of the theater, right by the stage, and we had heard a lot of things like running back and forth on the stage and just doing all kinds of craziness. So we're standing.
Hold on. When we were on the spiral staircase going down to the basement. Megan was on the top. Our other teammate was after her, and then there was me, and then there was Brian. And all of a sudden, Megan saw this shadow figure running across in front of her. At the same time, as it's running across, you get this huge bolt of electricity that came straight down the stairs through all of us, and then it disappeared the wall.
Oh my God.
It was the most incredible feeling I've ever gotten as far as energy.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
I will never forget that.
it was great. It was really interesting. So then we're all standing down on the stage and we're looking, and it looked like somebody was up in the projection booth. So April and Brian went upstairs to see if they could recreate the person walking around in there, if it was like the door opening and shutting or whatnot. And so I'm standing on the floor with Kelsey, and I got the flashlight, and I'm looking around, and I'm like, all right, well, whatever you're doing isn't working anymore. And then we hear something run at us from the back of the stage to the front, and I whip around with the flashlight to see what was running at me. And Kelsey just nope. She's like, nope. And she run.
All you see are little pigtails running up the aisleways.
And then on camera, we had the iPad sitting to video the stairs coming up, and you just see her little Crocs laughing and her ponytails going, and she's just like, nope. And then you heard something as she rounded the corner. You heard something running behind her.
Oh my God.
We actually counted the footsteps, and there was like 4 feet going up the stairs. That was our definitely most memorable moment.
Yeah, I feel I haven't had anything like of that. Like I've had like really just kind of one-off things, but something that big, that's scary. Like I want that to happen because it's that aspect of proof. Like what's the heck's going on? And to kind of prove what we all innately believe. But you're a true investigator if you go, well, wait, let's think about the realist side of this first.
Right.
And it's unexplained. I think that gives it a lot more hard, concrete evidence of like, what the heck was that?
Yeah.
So I'm hoping we'll get that when we go to the reformatory because I've always wanted to go there.
I would like to see something move on its own.
That's fun. It's definitely
flying off the shelf, door closing, things like that. That would probably be where I want to go. Something chasing me full speed.
I think you might hear him for the first time scream if that happened.
I've had razor blades thrown at me. I've had nails thrown at me. I've been scratched. I've been put. There was something else that was thrown at me that was a really good one. I don't remember.
I got choked on a home investigation.
Yeah,
one time.
On a what?
That was interesting. It was interesting.
Mom, didn't you get your butt pinched at you?
And then the first time we were at Deal Manor, I had my butt pinched in the basement. So that was interesting. Like, I always get like the weird things that happen.
There's never a dull moment.
There really isn't. We've done a lot. We've been to a lot of places.
Yeah. For me, I'm one of those that I love the EVPs. I love the pictures. I love all that.
Mhm.
But I'm the one that goes in and I'm like, okay, I'm right here. What do you want to do?
Okay.
Go for it. I want to feel it. I want to see it. I want to touch it. Have at it.
You have to physically see, feel, touch. Just
Yeah.
I'm not insane, you know.
I just don't get why they always have to like push or scratch you. Like, I just want to dance with one.
Right.
Whole room dance would be great.
Can you like poke me? Like, can we not do the choking, the scratching, the biting?
Yeah.
Just be like, hey, like,
just a
Touch
Something
me.
that-
gentle.
Okay, well, that is a little creepy though. When you're standing there, there's nobody around you and you feel that, then you're like, whoa, okay.
Uh-huh.
That's a little close there.
that's a little too close for comfort, but hey,
Yeah.
you know.
You'd be sitting there and all of a sudden you feel it brush against your leg and you're like,
Ghost is just trying to shoot a shot, you know? Sometimes won't know if you don't try, right?
credit for that. Yeah.
You gotta give them credit for at least attempting.
Right.
I mean,
Who knows how long they've been in this empty place, you know?
right? They're trying to run some game, trying to get some little action, but like, no touching.
You stay over there. I will go find you a good girlfriend. Okay, how's that?
Yeah.
Like, I wonder if they still like this.
We've had some definite interesting things happen on investigation.
This was before you. If I could find it, I got the coolest EVP. We were doing a house case and they had some crazy things going on. And where we live, it's a lot of Indian land and there's a lot of witchcraft that has been done. Well, they had some of the more off the wall cryptids there. I even have an EVP of an imp laughing, and it was the coolest thing I have ever heard. I'm gonna have to see if I can find it.
Yeah, I want to hear that.
I want to hear that. I love
It
cryptid.
was like it was almost childlike but distorted. It was really cool.
Yeah, we've had like our area is really weird for like that kind of like more cryptidy activity. So we've done a lot of house cases that have just had some like off the wall weird things happen.
I mean, my house is like perfect example for that. We have little gremlin-y, goblin-y things outside.
Every time our other teammate leaves the house, she literally runs from the garage to her car.
And if you sit here with the curtains open, you can actually see them go past the windows. My dogs go nuts over them. It's kind of wild.
Right. So if you're not malicious, then you're good. And they're like, that's simultaneous. Okay.
They
What
haven't-
more is there that we need to unpack here?
They haven't
Let me
broken
put it
the window
this
yet.
way. We had to investigate my son's room once because there was some crazy things. He saw what looked like, I know we're not supposed to say the word, but he saw what looked like a skinwalker in his room. And at the same night, he woke up in the middle of the night projectile vomiting red stuff.
Oh, God.
He saw the red eyes. This has been going on pretty much his whole life. So the one night we decided we were going to investigate his room. So we go up there. There's growling. There's now my dogs are nowhere to be found because we don't let them in there when this is going on. So there's growling from the hallway. There's growling from his room. And at this point, Mama Bear kicks in. And I'm yelling at him. I'm like, no, you don't get to him without going through me first. So I crawl up on his little bunk bed and I'm screaming at this thing. And literally, his bed starts shaking so violently as the thing is growling in my ear. And I was like, okay, well, guess we can't quit now.
Right.
So we went through the whole exorcism process and cleansed his room, and it was gone for a very long time. They're kind of back, but not as bad.
Right.
We kind of learned how to keep them in.
Yeah.
But it's something that attached to him at birth, and they're never really going to go away.
Yeah. When they have that connection, whatever that connection is.
Yeah.
My friend has something as well that we kind of deal with from time to time also.
Don't bring that up.
But I think one of the things that gets me like the most freaked out is when like you hear like the running towards you sounds and you don't see it. You know, because like I know it's there. Obviously something's happening, but I can't see it. I can't feel it. I can't touch it. I can't like defend myself. And I think that like makes me more heebie-jeebie, but I'm like, no, you ain't gonna touch me. I'm stronger than you. And we were at the Doss house and we were sitting in the barber shop. Hey, part of it. Chris was running an EVP session. Rochelle was on the live and I was just sitting like by the barber's chair. And I had a cat ball. We got like one hit on the cat ball at that time. And then like I set down my recorder, but nothing happened on mine. I can't remember what Chris asked, I asked something.
I wasn't there.
Oh, that's right. You weren't. That's right. You weren't.
No, I had to work.
Yes, you weren't there. That's right. You had to work. There. My bad. He played it back the first time and we did a second session right after because we thought, well, maybe it like malfunctioned. And when he played it, it sounded like you could hear Chris asking the question, but it sounded like it was the recorder and it sounded like it was going backwards, like it played backwards. And you could hear him partially. And then it got into the next question because we kind of each asked a question. So we did it again. And he set it on because he was holding it at that time. So maybe it's because I was holding it. So he set it on the chair. And so nothing was, messing with it. And we ended up playing it back. And I think I asked a question like, is this your favorite place to be? And we all think we heard, some people think they heard a giggle, but we distinctly hear like running footsteps. And like, if you ever go to the Doss house, the barber shop is directly connected to the one room that like the kitchen area. Yeah. So there's like a big walkway ramp and it literally sounds like footsteps that were running towards me because I'm sitting on the ground facing that ramp. And I'm like, you didn't hear it in person. You only heard it on the recorder. And I'm like, oh, that just makes me freak.
I have been to the Doss house and that like right when you're like going through the kitchen, the weird walkway, the doorway there, it's probably one of the most creepy areas of that entire place. And I don't understand how a hallway with carpeting and the ramp can be so creepy. The bathroom there, I had to have somebody stand outside the bathroom door when I went to the bathroom. It just has vibes. It has all the vibes. And we had a lot of really weird things when we were there in the barbershop. Like Nacho had felt like the whole chair like vibrated and moved and stuff. It was weird. It was very interesting. It's a very interesting location and I kind of want to go back.
Yes, we do too. We went there with Trap Souls and it was our, I got to go and he had to work, but it was a long drive, but it was fun and it was worth it. There was actually you said hallway into the kitchen area too, where they have like all the board with all the cards and stuff. Like guests can put their business cards and stickers and stuff. When we first got started, we have the headlamps that we use with the red light and everything. And there's a sensor where you have to like, you can turn it on so that way you can just wave so the light turns on so it's touchless. I had that sensor on, but nothing was around me. And I was walking through it. Every time I walked through that hallway from the dining area into that, my light turned on. So like I tried it like a bunch of times and I was so confused. I'm like, well, maybe it's my hair, but then I would move my hair and it wouldn't turn on. But it was like right in that hallway. And like Rochelle was doing just like a base check of temperature and everything. And I said, Rochelle, come here real quick. Go through that hallway. And she went through and hers went on too. And it kept doing it. So I don't know if something there, like maybe because there was a brand new headlamp. Like I just bought mine, never used it before, was fully charged. And I'm like, what the heck? So this doesn't make sense. But it kept doing it like constantly through that whole place. So I don't know if something like just like their headlamp. But it's like, I could put my hand here. You can confuse you.
It's possible that the spirits just figured out that they can manipulate it really easy, and they were just like, "Hey, I'm gonna mess with you. I'm gonna like wave at you and see if I can make it go off, just to see what kind of reaction." Yeah, we've had that.
My favorite thing was a comedian said he's like, everyone gets freaked out when the ghosts are turning on like the lights and turning off the lights, and it's like, no, they died back in like the 17th century. Lights are new to them. They don't know what those are. You think they're saying boo? They're saying ooh.
They're like, oh, what's this?
They want to play with all the new toys and gadgets and stuff. Like,
Right?
flippy lights are something brand new for them. They had candles and crap.
Yeah, that's one of the things too when we investigate, because, you know, if you think about it, we have all these gadgets and we're putting them out there expecting them to do things with them.
Right.
And they're looking and they're like, what the heck?
What do you want me to do with this? What do you want me to do with this? I don't know what this is.
Interact with it.
Yeah, so we try. Yeah, they're like, what does that mean? I don't know. What does it do? So that they walk over and, oh, okay. So I know we have tried to get in the habit of when we put something down, we're like, okay, this is what this is. If you do this, it will do this. And then you walk away and you can just see them going, ooh, that's, I don't know, that's the fun part for me. Just watching them go, what's it do?
And the less investigated places are usually more fun with that because you almost have to teach them like how to work things. Like,
Yeah. Remember the one, where was it? Was it Oglaze where we had to teach the ghost? No, that was it. That wasn't one of the houses. We had to teach the ghost how to ghost.
feel was the only
They had no idea what to do. And we're like, okay, if you go over here and you go next to this, it's going to light up. And then if you do this, it'll make a noise. And we had the dowsing rods out and they were like, really? Cool. We had to teach them how to ghost.
Yeah, it was definitely interesting.
We just bought a new house, so we're still like moving things, and we got like the first floor pretty much set. But yeah, he definitely. I think there's something here too, because both the animals have like behaved a little uniquely from time to time.
Sometimes it's better not to know.
Yeah,
My dog do that. They stare at the walls.
the corners,
Yeah.
the growl and stuff.
And we're just like, okay.
In all fairness, I stare at the walls, so
Do you growl
you
at the
have
stuff?
paint dry.
Verona does a cool thing where we do Dine with the Dead. Have you done Dine with the Dead yet? So it's everybody like orders dinner. We were at Post Town the first time I experienced it, and we are all in the team room, and we had all of our equipment all over the table, and we're all eating dinner, you know, and you put a little bit of food on the table on a plate for the spirits. And then you're all just sitting around eating and you're talking and you're asking questions and stuff, and you have all the equipment out and it's cool. And then all of a sudden everything starts going off randomly. And you have the dead bells behind us dinging, and the REM pods down the hallway are going off crazy. And I don't know, I think that's probably one of my favorite things to attempt, because you get a lot of reactions and a lot of activity when you're just sitting around base camp.
Yeah, when you're just sitting there having conversations, they're all like, hello, you're here for me. Oh,
They don't want to be left out. It's great. It's probably one of the more fun things that I have experienced working with other teams is doing Dine with the Dead. It's fun. Maybe the next time we're all together, we'll have to try it and see.
That would be really unique because they, like you said, they're trying to get attention and communicate. And I think a lot of times things happen more so when you're not intentionally trying to find it.
April and Kelsey were sitting on the couch on the stage, and April had her coffee and she was drinking her coffee, and she set it down and it said, coffee, good stuff.
it was the greatest thing ever. And the coolest part, Kelsey and I heard it with our ears, but we weren't sure what they said. So we picked up the recorder and we rewound it and we were listening. We're like, oh my God, that's awesome.
That's crazy.
That was the best. That's still one of my favorites.
I really want to go back there and maybe collab with another team to go there. The entire town is haunted.
Yeah.
And they had like a Civil War battle happen right in town, and it's where the people that made Walking Dead are from.
It's Cynthiana.
Cynthiana, Kentucky.
Huh. That's not far.
probably one of the best places that we've ever investigated. You
And this opera
have
house
to
is
check it out.
huge.
It is so nice too.
See, if I went to the opera house, I would want to get the group to perform a scene from something on stage, and then just
Totally.
have like little recorders just all throughout the stadium, throughout the seating and everything. Just see if you catch anything. Maybe a clap. That'd be cool.
That would be awesome. We didn't even think about that. No.
That would be sweet. That would be so
He
much
has
fun.
really good ideas.
It would be
We
fun.
should try to do a collab
Yes.
in the summertime and
Yeah.
see,
Yes,
because
it's more
we were
not-
there towards like the fall
We
more.
were there in like March.
Were we?
I think it was March.
It's either the spring
It
or
had
the
just
fall.
started to get warm, I think.
And it was still kind of like chilly, but the town is really cool. They have like a museum there that is haunted. One of their mannequins like moves on its own and like opens its curtain and stuff. It's really weird.
All the
That-
townspeople are there.
Yeah.
That would freak me out. That one would get me.
They have a whole room full of dolls at the museum.
Of
It's
Raggedy
awesome.
Ann dolls. It's not just dolls.
It's Raggedy Ann.
Listen, I'm already.
So in February, this is something that RC Paranormal's not doing. This is something that he and I are doing before we even joined RC Paranormal. I follow a few different YouTubers. And you said Raggedy Ann. In February 15th, we will be going to see the Annabelle doll. in
Oh,
the
so
British
jealous.
Museum.
So jealous. Oh,
Yeah.
that's awesome.
Super scared, super excited,
We're
obviously.
going to be staying the night in the
But-
house.
Yes, we are staying the night and we'll get a number of hours in the museum, but we get to stay in Ed and Lorraine's home.
Nice.
Excited. So we'll see what we find out. But yeah, the Raggedy Anns, he's not a big fan of dolls in general. So if he ever sees them, I'm okay.
I'm cool with puppets.
Certain dolls. Certain dolls I'm okay. There's a doll that's at a museum that I will not say because it's the one doll that starts with the R word, R letter, and won't touch it, won't say it, won't look at it. Yeah, when it comes to dolls, he definitely, yeah.
I don't even
I'm
like
the same.
looking.
I don't do the dolls. No.
Yeah. So I'm actually not as concerned or scared of Annabelle as I am of the fire doll.
Yeah.
That is the one doll that I don't think I'll be able to look at. But we're going to get to use the people that own the museum and everything for right now, all their equipment. So we're super excited.
I'm
Can't wait.
mostly going to be setting stuff up and avoiding eye contact with all the dolls in that room.
It'd be very hard to do because there's a lot.
There's going to be some things I'm doing, but like certain cases, I'm going to like, listen, no.
Nope, not looking. Just gonna keep walking.
Yeah, no, I think
Nice down.
certain dolls I'm cool with, not
I don't do
on
dolls.
the boards at all.
Yeah.
I don't do dolls, so I feel that. But at Madison, like Sarah's room at Madison, absolutely just gets the heebies. There are so many dolls up there that I just no.
Well, when my boys were up there, they watched one of the dolls turn her head around and look at them, and then they were like, "No."
See, I think that would make me be more and more scared if I actually see it become not an inanimate object and it animates itself like that. To me,
See,
I'd be like out that door. Bye.
I am cool with a very specific doll, though. And that's because I grew up with it, and I've seen it do creepy things in my house. But I don't mind Furbies. Never had a problem with them. They're creepy.
Now, those scare the crap out of me because my grandma had them, and she had them in the closet, and those things would just talk, and I'm like,
You know,
no.
like in the middle of the night, it's like 2:30 in the morning, and just hear, hey. It's like the best thing ever. That happened in my house growing up. We had one that sat on like this shelf, and I would be sitting there watching TV. Every once in a while, it'd just sit there and go, Herbie, just out of nowhere. And I'm just like, all right, back to cartoons, I guess.
We had a Furby come to my work. I work at Goodwill, and we had a Furby come in as a donation, and the kid that was processing him didn't really want to touch him, so he hurried up and slapped a price sticker on him and said, "Here, you take it." I can't get it to shut off. As I'm walking through the warehouse to the floor, it just says, "The Great Furbu knows all." And I was like, "No, here you go.
We
Here you
need that.
go. Hey,
Heck, somebody else is in. I don't want it. I don't want
we
it.
don't
No.
need this.
The great Furby.
They're great. And it was really, it was like a really creepy, like gravelly,
Furby voice.
a creepy voice. And it's just like, "The Great Furbu knows all." And I was like, "No, thank you."
No, thank you. Bye.
Tagger it. I handed it to the manager and ran.
Oh, we need that.
You can have it. You can have it. I don't want it.
We need that to put in the shop.
Now, what you need,
Put my Raggedy Ann and Andy dolls in there.
Oh, Cece.
I have some of the Raggedy Ann and Andy dolls.
Cece had those.
And we're going to put them up in, I own a bookstore. We're going to put them up in my bookstore too, because I have a Dybbuk box and other stuff in there. So we're going
Dybbuk boxes.
those are awesome.
The lore behind Dybbuk.
Every time she threw
I want to open it so bad, but nobody will let me.
open it.
Listen, you do that
I'll do
in
it.
your own room away from me. I'm
I know
good.
that they're all like, "No, you cannot
No.
open it here. You cannot open
They
it
are
here."
they are a
No.
good treasure chest of evil.
Yes, I
Have
know.
fun with that. But
Yeah.
Why she wants to open
That,
it?
right? See, Lily gets it.
My kid is over here egging her on to open it. No.
listen, she won't be egging her on after all the things start happening once you open it.
Right?
Hello.
No. No.
I
My
forget
kids are all like, "Mom, you're crazy." I'm like, "Yeah, I know."
who
I
I
want
was
to see
listening
what
to.
happens when you open it, but like I don't want to have to live or be in a place that you opened the Dybbuk box.
Right.
Like,
So I listened to the story of the well-known Dybbuk box.
Yeah.
Because I listened to Mr. Ballin on YouTube and stuff. He does all creepy stories, dark, mysterious. He's a good storyteller, very good. But he told about a Dybbuk box that a lady had passed away and her family was selling all of her stuff at a yard sale or whatever. And they bought this box that it looked like a little jewelry box and they couldn't figure out how to get it open. And the guy opened it. And then he ended up, it kept making a smell of rotten eggs. And
Ooh. That's bad.
every time they opened up the closet that they had it stored in, there would be bugs just surrounding it and in it. And then they ended up selling it to these two college kids who would sit there and bring it out at parties and stuff. But then they started having nightmares of this spirit or entity or something every night would come in and sit on their chests and try and strangle them and stuff. And then they ended up selling it to another guy who had bad things happen. And I think he ended up burying it. And he won't tell anybody where he buried it.
Good. Can save it.
Probably smart.
I think that might be the Dybbuk box that Zach Baggins has at the museum now.
It might be. It was a pretty famous one that he was telling the story about.
It's like
I don't
big.
know if they dug it back up and sold it, but he wasn't going to tell anybody at all where he buried it because he doesn't want anyone else dealing with what he's currently dealing with.
Yeah, he put it in a military locked like case and he buried it like out in the middle of nowhere where nobody could find it.
Yeah, I think I heard.
Pretty sure that is the Dybbuk box that is currently at Zach Baggins' museum. And I wish him all the luck in the world. And I think that is the one that Post Malone opened and had issues with.
That
Same
messed
one.
him for a long time.
Yeah, he touched it. Was messing with it.
No, I'm good. We have a Dybbuk box that is up in the Bucklands Museum, which is near us. And there for like almost a year, they had split off the like showroom floor because they had a bunch of kids get like obsessive with it. They spent it online and it called to them. And they were traveling from like other states to come and see the Dybbuk box and like acting possessed and stuff. So they had to pull it off.
Can happen. You don't necessarily have to open it to get affected by. You probably aren't being affected by what's in it, but you're being affected by things that want you to open it.
Yeah, they had a lot of kids like just show up and like just people in general show up specifically looking for the Dybbuk box, and they ended up having to like it was off of display for a long time because they were just having too many weird
things.
issues around the box, but it's back on display now.
Maybe we need to go see it.
I have seen it twice.
Maybe I need to go see it.
It's a fun little place. It's
home.
I like all the spooky things.
It's called the Bucklands Museum of Witchcraft. It's in Cleveland, Ohio. You'll have to check it out the next time you guys
Definitely.
go up this way.
Yeah.
Let me know.
Well,
I'll
yeah.
come with you.
Yeah, we definitely.
There's definitely a lot of it has a lot of interesting and weird things.
Because it's in Ohio, we have a lot of interesting and weird things in Ohio.
The guy that runs the museum is interesting. He's cool, but he's kind of weird.
Again, in Ohio.
I mean, she's not wrong.
It's kind of a
You guys are
prerequisite
from
to
Ohio.
live in Ohio. You have to be a little weird.
Welcome to Ohio. We got the strange and weird.
Right?
Between strange things and then weather happening all 4 seasons in one day.
Yes.
You know.
Yeah. You guys are from like Tuscarawas County, right?
We aren't, but that's where Rochelle and Chris are. They're based out of.
Where are you guys
We're
from?
we are
Cornfield.
Children of the corn.
Yeah. They're friendly. They're nice.
So
Just give them a high five. They're cool.
no. We don't need children of the corn.
They only ask for one finger. You have 10.
I like all my fingers. Thank you.
Greedy.
Not greedy. I married him. I don't know why. But so he's from Pennsylvania and I'm from Ohio, Central Ohio. So like Columbus, Licking County is where we actually moved back to that area. But we met in Pittsburgh at school, and Nacho, we just discovered. So I knew Nacho when I was in Pittsburgh and was working at a kitchen supply store in the strip district. He was my boss and had no idea that he was involved in paranormal when I was there. Moved back home, met RC Paranormal, as you guys know, and met you guys at Madison. And then he's like staring at me and he's like, "What's your name?" And I gave him my maiden name for some reason, because that's what he knew me by. I was like, "Oh, I'm Caitlin Belch." And I'm like, "Wait, Caitlin Berry." And he's like, "Pittsburgh?" And yeah, we discovered that. I was like, we were like staring at each other. I was like, "You're so familiar, but I don't know where to place you." So it was kind of interesting to come across somebody else that I met before.
That's
in
awesome.
the paranormal world.
They're really fun to go out with.
Yeah, we're gonna be doing some stuff with them in August.
That Tress is gonna.
Well, yeah, I'll probably see you in August then, because that's my. We'll probably do a lot more things with you guys this year. I'm excited to get to go out with you guys and other teams and stuff. We're really, even this team, we're really hoping to collab with some other teams to go to some fun places.
Yeah, because our team is not very big.
It's us.
Yeah, there's 4 of us.
We have another member company, then we have a part-timer and another part-timer when she can actually get out this way. She lives an hour away from us.
Yeah.
But other than that, it's ta-da!
Yeah.